Pretty cool. They are Man of Words. The song is Drag, and those cats are out of Denver, Colorado. A little pop, punk, emo sound out of the place that my last guest was calling from. And guess what? I have a new guest here on the phone, and his name is Gene Alexander. Hey, man, how's it going?
Hey, it's going great. It's great to be here again.
Yay! And we got lots of fun things to talk about. We got music, and I don't know what else. What else we're going to talk about? But let's talk. And I'm ready. I'm ready for you, man. I have a list of your songs, and you're part of Laughing Week, and you're part of Too Short Pants. And what else do you do? I mean, you're the music guy. I mean, but I bet you do other things. Like, do you eat ice cream ever?
Yeah, on occasion. I'm trying to watch my weight, so it's not too often, but occasionally I do indulge.
Awesome. I'm a fan of ice cream, but what I've been doing lately is doing frozen fruit. You know, like, and I don't even mean like fancy frozen fruit like from a machine. I mean, I'm getting fruit and I'm freezing it and throwing it in the freezer and taking it out and just eating it. Like recently, frozen bananas are just quite a treat. I've been throwing them into my grape nuts. Do you have like a special cereal that you like?
No, but that does remind me, I used to eat frozen grapes, actually. They were really good.
They are delicious. And you know something I learned about frozen blueberries is that they're actually healthier once they've been frozen. I mean, you'd think like plucking the blueberries off the bush and then sticking them in your mouth, that would be like, you know, peak nutrition. But actually, if they're frozen, they got all sorts of extra nutrition. And yeah, so you can tell this is the part of the show that I get actually hungry and I want to eat food. So there's going to be a little bit of a food topic, but it's good food because I have celery in the other room. And that's sort of like my big thing these days is celery. And it doesn't sound too exciting, but I was talking to Mike earlier about not really having the gumption to do food prep. And I mean, you're in LA, so you have like all sorts of food all around you all the time. So kudos to being able to, you know, refine your diet, because I wouldn't be able to. I'd just be crazy all the time because there's just like growing up in New York, there was food everywhere and it was easy to access food. And now I live in the forest and there are blackberries still on the blackberry bramble outside, but you know, there's just not much else unless I bring it into my little hovel from miles away from the store, or like the garden was good. But anyway, so aside from food, because I know everybody eats, what have you been doing musically? You got Too Short Pants, some live stuff? Is that what this is?
I'm sorry?
Is it like live music that you've got on your new EP? Is that what we were hearing? Is that what it is? I don't even know. That's why I'm asking.
Basically, I did some restructuring. So I felt like I finally kind of found the definitive sound for Too Short Pants, and I wanted to kind of showcase that while kind of saying goodbye to some of the older things. So I don't know if people have noticed, but the first two albums are not available on streaming anymore. You can still get them on Bandcamp, the digital version. I'm probably going to make them free soon so that people can just download them. But what this EP is it's basically a collection of the songs that I feel like best describe what my sound is going to be. And they all have live drums, and they've all been released, but I did some remixing and some tuning of vocals and some different things. I re-recorded a couple of tracks, and by that I just mean like not the entire song, but like a couple of pieces on the song. And so that's what this EP is.
So you're sculpting your soundscape, and it's called 2 a.m.
2:15 a.m.
Aha.
Because that's when I finished. That's when I finished mixing it. Actually, there's a funny story behind it. So I'm a huge fan of Ozma. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. And last November, I got the opportunity to go to all 3 nights of their Rock and Roll Part 3 25th anniversary show. And so I burned a few CDs, and it had 5 out of 6 of these songs on it. And I remastered these songs so I could put them on the CD, and I got to give a CD to each person in the band. And I actually also met Matt Sharp that weekend and gave him a CD too. But so there's a picture of me with Daniel Brummel, and he's holding my CD.
Oh, that's so fresh.
It's funny.
That's awesomeness to get to meet your idols. Amazing.
Yeah, I actually lost the original files. Like, I got a new laptop, and the files for that project just went missing when I moved stuff over.
Oof.
So I had to completely redo all 5 of the songs, and I went ahead and added Hookup Culture. So it's not exactly the same thing that I gave to them, but it's pretty close. Anyways, that's the story of that CD.
That's pretty awesome.
The reason
and that's
named that is because I finished it at that time.
2:15 a.m. and you can get that on Bandcamp at Too Short Pants. Fill me in.
Yes. I believe it's bandcamp.com/2shortpants.
Very cool. Yeah, I love it. And do you have any other places where your music is available or you do lives often?
Yeah, so you can find Too Short Pants on every platform. Basically, if you can listen to music on it, you can listen to Too Short Pants on it. And I've been trying to do at least one live stream a week on TikTok, and our account is just Too Short Pants. So that's what we are on everything.
Super fresh. I love watching you play live, and one day I'm going to see you play in person. And do you have ideas for playing live again anytime?
Trying to figure that out right now. Kind of doing some restructuring there too, but hopefully before the end of the year I can figure something out.
Awesomeness. We ever play just solo acoustic? Would you ever roll into that, or do you really want to just stick to your edgy punkish emo?
Potentially. I've been thinking about it. I really enjoy just doing the acoustic live streams on TikTok though. I feel like it gives me a bit more freedom to just kind of play whatever I want whenever I want. So I like that whenever I can live stream on TikTok, there's less structure, whereas with a show, it's got to be a bit more planned out and stuff, and so I feel like I prefer to have a full band behind me for those.
Understandable. I get that. And I love how your sounds do translate well to just acoustic, if that really matters to you. I think it does sound great. And I love your freeform. I love how you chat with the peeps that are there in your live stream and you communicate with them. And it's just super real. I love your music and I love you. I think you're fantastic. I love everything that you do. And I have forever. And I got this list of songs that you gave me that I was going to play. And what would you like me to start with?
Take your pick.
Okay, well, I want to hear Sunflower because I love it very much, and it's just super great. Do you have any stories that are attached to the Sunflower song of crafting it and it coming into reality?
I don't remember a lot about writing it, but I was still in high school when I wrote that song. So I wrote that song probably at least 5 years ago, and I didn't record it until 2023. So it's one of the very first songs that I ever wrote. I think it was maybe one of the first 5 that I ever wrote. So it's pretty early, but I think it still holds up.
I like the fact that something so early in your career really established your direction and the formula that you're riding on right now. And this is Sunflower by Too Short Pants here in my Melting Space Dreams. You can find this song on 2:15 a.m. super sweet Sunflower by Too Short Pants here in my melting space dreams. And we have got Gene Alexander, who is Too Short Pants, on the phone right now. Hey, man.
Hey.
Super cool. Well, I'm glad you called me tonight to hang out and talk about your music off of the 2:15 a.m. And I want to lay out a little bit of sunflower lore. Did you know that when sunflowers are in full bloom, that they trace the sun?
Interesting. I did not know that.
There you go. And I love that about sunflowers, that they're actually, they track the sun, and so their face is in the sunshine, because honestly, that's one of my favorite places to be, is standing in a field with the sun on my face. I love the way it feels. Epic. And is it true that the people that like listen to your music, do you call them sunflowers? Are they sunflowers themselves?
I call them pantsters.
Oh, okay. I like that. Well, they are sunflowers because they're following your light. So there.
I do call our we have a Discord, and I call that the Sunflower Patch.
Oh, cool. I was close. For being completely disconnected, that wasn't too bad of a guess. But Pantsters is pretty cool. And your Discord, is that like a public thing?
Yeah. If you go to linktree.com/2shortpants, it should be the first link that's on there.
Super fresh. Well, I like chilling there every now and again. I breeze by and I see what's going on. I like to keep up with the Pantsters, even though I'm just finding out that that's what we are called. Super great, though. I love it. And I just have a lot of fond feelings for sunflowers. And yeah, I'm really curious about where your inspiration came from. But yeah, if you go in my place, you'll see like a bunch of dead sunflowers. I literally have dead sunflowers all around my flat, upstairs and downstairs. I even have one that has a deceased dragonfly on it. His name is Ziggy, and I found him out on a reed by the bog, and I brought him inside because, I don't know, I didn't want him to be there. I figured, I'll give him a proper place to stay, and I suppose I'll watch it deteriorate. So, on a lighter note, what have you been doing besides music? You've got Too Short Pants and you've got Laughing Week. Is there anything else like you got up your sleeve?
Oh, well, I work in film sometimes, and actually this Saturday, a short film that I helped write and that I acted in is going to be screened at a special, private event, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Wow, that's super fresh. You want to give us any secret deets?
Yeah, it's just, it's pretty meta. It's about, I made it with a group of people who are around my age, so they're around college age, and the short film is about a group of college students trying to figure out what they want their short film to be about.
Rad, I love it. That's great. That sounds like one of my poems. I've been on this crazy poem trip where every day I write a poem, and I've been doing it for, I think today is going to be 296 days. And I just kind of sometimes I'm like, oh, what am I going to write a poem about? And then I have come to write poems about writing poems. So I get that. I could feel for that. And is there what kind of a future does that film have? Is it going to be put into the real theaters, or is it going to be on Amazon or something?
Probably not. It's just a small project. It's maybe 7 minutes long, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I've got other things I can't quite talk about yet, but I've got other things that are in the works that maybe could possibly be more public.
Awesome. Well, that's pretty fresh. I mean, being in films is just super fantastic. I love it. And are you part of SAG and stuff? Are you Profo?
Not yet. It actually takes a lot to get into that kind of stuff. For the union, there's an entry fee, and then you have to work a certain amount of hours, and so I'm working on trying to figure that out. But for SAG, it's a similar kind of thing where you have to get a certain amount of hours, and you have to pay entry, and kind of have to be in the know with people. But it'll be a while before I can get into that, but I'm working towards it.
Super fresh. And do you do any kind of theater or just film?
Not really. I'm actually just like kind of this year dipping my toes into film. And I just like I accidentally stumbled into the industry and I fell in love with it. And so it's really a blessing.
That's super fresh. I love that. And I love theater. I mean, being on the radio is very much like being in the theater. And though you can't see me every week, that's kind of like what it is. It's like I step on the stage, and the stage is the DJ booth, and I've got my mic speaking out to everybody around the world. And I just love that kind of off-the-cuff flow that I get from doing this. And I'm just stoked about it. You think you do any kind of, you think you will in the future do any kind of theater, real theater?
I don't know. It's crossed my mind, but as funny as it sounds, I kind of struggle with like being in front of people.
That doesn't sound crazy at all, actually, because that's why I do love being here at the radio, because I had just this great freedom to really be a total freak, and no one's like giving me the side. No one's giving me the side eye, so I can actually see it. So it offers this extra like bit of, fancy free, which I do appreciate. But yeah, I could definitely see you being on the stage and rocking some Shakespeare in Griffin Park one day.
I won't rule it out. I mean, I definitely, even just in the time that I've been in LA, I've seen a lot of growth. And I mean, if you want to talk about like even just talking when nobody's watching, it used to be really difficult for me too. I mean, like I did interview with you 4 years ago, and I was so unbelievably nervous. My voice was shaking half the time, and I don't know, now it's just like a regular conversation. And it's kind of similar with the shows. I mean, my first show was terrifying. I was so nervous, and my voice was shaking for half the songs until I finally got in a groove. And then the last show that we played, I've only played 6 shows, and the last show I wasn't nervous at all, and I feel like I did pretty great for not having much experience. And so I think that like the direction that I'm heading, it's definitely, I won't rule it out, because I think that I still have a lot of growing to do, and maybe I'll be more comfortable with things that I never thought I'd be able to do before.
Oh, fresh, most definitely. I mean, as we develop into the beings that we are, that's where our path is. We kind of look behind us and we're like, a little cringe. But then we see in the future, where we're headed, and we end up there eventually. It's just, my advice would be to just continue to hold your gaze where you want to be, and you're going to end up there, and I love everything that I've heard of you so far. And I only have one song of Laughing Week to play, and we're going to save that for last because I did play it before.
Okay.
And I have a bunch of other tracks here that I would like to explore. Like, let's talk about hookup culture.
Okay.
Now, may I ask what inspired that song?
It's probably pretty self-explanatory.
Totally.
I mean, like, if you want some details, I guess I was in college for one semester. It didn't end up working out, but within the first week or two, I tried to insert myself into that, and because it's college and everybody wants to
insert themselves into something.
So I tried. Yeah. I tried. Well, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Oh my gosh. I didn't think it sounded like that.
That was awesome, but it's true. We're talking about hookup culture. I'm just taking it as I hear it. So yes, you wanted to insert yourself into something in college, and I respect that for else. So go on, continue. I'm literally drooling on myself.
But anyways, I tried to, I hooked up with somebody, and it just, like, it didn't feel right. It left me feeling so empty. And it's like, I feel like there's just this cycle that, I mean, luckily I've been able to break, but I think a lot of people are unable to break it, where it's just like you seek that validation, or you seek that closeness with another human being, and you know, a lot of people will turn to that to try and get that closeness, but it's just a temporary relief, and it's like an addiction almost. And there's a line in the song talking about how, you know, you don't recognize yourself in the mirror, and because you just lose yourself. And luckily I never got to that point, but I feel like for a while I was in that cycle where I'd realize that it was bad for me, and then I'd stop and I'd do better, and then I'd be lonely, and then I'd go back to it, and then repeat the process. I luckily, actually, it's funny because since I've been in LA, I haven't had really as much issue, and I've been able to kind of figure out my stuff. I'm in a solid, steady relationship now.
Very cool.
But, this song is just like, I keep coming back to it. I think it's one of my favorite things that I've written, just because it's relatable to everyone, but obviously it'd be relatable to me since I wrote it. And
Of
it's
course.
just like I don't know. It's just something that repeats.
And I like
You know?
it. It's very important to use your experiences, because when you're using your life experiences and putting them on the line like this, it's like going to be relatable to more people. And I just think you're fantastically grounded and wise to have come to that conclusion at your age, you know, because a lot of people go into, like, you know, their geezerly times and they're still doing this thing. And what I would like to just throw in there is it's surely a dopamine reaction too. You know, it's like getting somebody new and having, you know, that interaction, having the injection that you're looking for, and you're literally getting high off of it. And so, yeah, it is addictive.
Yeah.
So on that note, we are going to play Hook Up Culture by Too Short Pants, and it can be found it's on social media, right? It's up there. It's at Bandcamp and stuff. Also, you can hear it there. You can hear it at Spotify, and you can also hear it on 2:15 a.m. Here it is. It's Hook Up Culture.
She's just nice to me, 'cause that's what you're supposed to do. I really liked it, and I wonder if she did too. She told me afterwards that I did a good job. But did she mean it? Oh, this just makes my head throb. Hook up culture is a mystery to me. Bunch of people bunch of people hiding who they wanna be.
Love that. That's Too Short Pants with Hook Up Culture, which you can find on the 2:15 a.m. EP. And check it out. I have got Too Short Pants' Gene Alexander on the phone with me right now. Hey, yo.
What's up?
So I am listening to the song and I'm just like, I love it. And I'm not like even close to the hookup culture, but it gives me insight to what's going on out there in the real world, you know? And I like that. That makes me happy to have that insight because I live in Cave Junction, Oregon, and I don't get out much at all. So, yeah, very nice insight there to the world around me. And I am curious to know about the music. Did you play all the instruments on there yourself?
So most of them. Actually, on 2:15 a.m., the drums were done by my friend that I met when I lived in Abilene. His name's Tolly, and he's done some tracks for me over the years. And then I think the solo was done by a mixing engineer, but he was volunteering his hours, and so he didn't want his name credited.
Weird.
But other than that, yeah, I did everything else.
And what other instruments do you play? I mean, obviously you hear some guitar in there and you sing. Do you play the theremin?
I'm sorry?
Do you play the theremin?
You know, I haven't, but I think if I had one, I would learn.
Yeah, I think like that is definitely kind of the instrument that I could rock best. I mean, I play the flute, but I'm just struggling with playing the guitar, and I've been thinking about that lately. I'm like, oh, just get a theremin. I could rock that. There's like, I'm flexible too. I could like use my toes to play the theremin. But anyhow, that's neither here nor there. You see, we're coming up on a top of the hour, and so I got to do like legal stuff. But I don't really want you to go. You can like hang out here in the void and listen to me do all of like the FCC garbage. And because I do have some more songs, I was going to play Daddy Issues and then we're going to circle round to Laughing Week. So stay on the phone and I'm going to do the important silly stuff because the FCC makes me. I guess the FCC doesn't make me, but my station manager does. So we're going to do this right now and I'll be right back. You are listening to KXCJ-LP. 105.7 and 101.3 FM, serving Cave Junction and the entire Illinois Valley. That's Takilma, Kirby, Selma, O'Brien, Wonder, a little bit of Grants Pass, and of course your current state of mind. And don't forget, we're streaming at KXCJ.org. I want to tell all of the local people that are hungry for a home-style breakfast, the Ivy Grange offers breakfast on the first, second, and third Sunday, 8 a.m. to noon. Come out for kitchen sink omelets, hash browns, eggs, any style, bacon, ham, sausage, biscuits and gravy, and French toast. The Ivy Grange is at 3763 Holland Loop Road in Cave Junction. Support your local Grange and enjoy some country-styled breakfast on the first, second, and third Sunday, 8 a.m. to noon at the Grange. All right. You can tell we come from the country out here. We got the Grange. I don't think they have a Grange in L.A. Is there a Grange in L.A., Gene?
If there are, I haven't seen them.
I can just see like the Hollywood Boulevard Grange. I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, I don't get out much. I live in the forest, but super fresh. I have, got Daddy Issues to play, which is perfect for a top of the hour at 11 o'clock at night in my little area. Is there anything you'd like to share about that song? Inspiration, when it came to you? I have a kind of inkling that a lot of your music is inspired by personal experience.
Yeah, I'm debating on whether to tell the entire story or just kind of cliff notes.
Let's take the cliff notes, baby.
Well, it's kind of based on something that happened.
Yeah.
Probably all that I should say.
Spill.
But basically, it's a result of me not listening to my own advice and dipping back into that hookup culture, and so that's kind of what caused the events to transpire, I guess, if that makes sense.
It totally makes sense. And on that note, we are going to play Daddy Issues by Too Short Pants here in my Melting Space Dreams. And we have got Too Short Pants' Gene Alexander on the phone to talk about all this cool stuff. Ready? Okay. Ready? Play. There we go. Ha ha! I got it.
He's a lawyer, I'm a boy with a guitar. Drive a beater, but he's got a nice car. He's got the edge, but there's just one little thing. He's almost 50, she wants to be his everything. Saw he's coming, she talks about him all the time. She said it's purely sexual, you know he's in his prime. She swore to me it'd never end in romance, but I guess he's hiding some magic in his pants. She left me for an older man. He's old enough to be her dad. I think he fought in Afghanistan the first time. She left me for an older man. If he was younger, maybe it'd be a fair fight. She's got a fetish, she told me about it late last night. I think we'll be more of her type by the time he's dead. For now I think I'll just get Taco Bell and then jerk off in bed. She left me for an older man. He's old enough to be her dad. I think he fought in Afghanistan. She left me for an older man. She left me for an older man. He's old enough to be her dad. I think he fought in Afghanistan the first time. She left me for an older man. She left me for an older man. He's old enough to be her dad. I think he fought in Afghanistan.
That is Too Short Pants Daddy Issues here in my Melting Space Dreams, where we have Gene Alexander of Too Short Pants in the studio on the phone tonight. And yeah, that's a pretty racy song. And maybe I'm going to go home and write day 296's poem inspired by that song. Because, yeah, I could use a little like spark and edge in my poetry. So yeah, I love it. And just the fact that you're just like bearing your soul in your songs is just so incredibly rad. I love that. I love that about you, and I love hearing this. And it's almost just like get to know you a little better, you know, through your songs. I mean, I think I know you pretty well through, you know, just chilling, but like, yeah, I'm digging deep here with the Too Short Pants songs, and that's great because I think you're wise and I think you're fun, and I'm glad that you have somebody in your life now that is, you know, constant. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, it's a nice change.
Yeah,
Obviously,
for sure.
if it's not apparent from the kinds of songs that I've written in the past, I'm not always lucky when it comes to that, but she's pretty great.
That's awesome. But did you find yourself a big titty goth girl though?
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna choose not to answer that question.
Okay, see, like people that don't know, I'm referring to a song that was one of the first songs I actually heard by Too Short Pants. So it's not like I'm just coming out of left field with that. But yeah, so there we go. And there we have it. On the cuff, expect nothing less in my melting space dreams. So yeah, you were also part of the Laughing Week, which I've been obsessed with. I've been really over listening to old cassettes, and it's sort of like been my theme song running out of the end of summer into autumn, and it just means a lot to me. I really love that song, and I love the whole album that I got to hear so far, and that was called Despite the Static, is the Laughing Week album, and I love that. So what did you do for that one, for that band? You got another band, you got all sorts of bands going on.
Yeah. So we all co-wrote the songs and stuff, and we kind of did different things as far as like the lyrics go. Like it was different for almost every single song, like the kind of strategy that we had. But as far as like what was the same on every song is I did rhythm guitar and I think I sang on every song. Mike did bass and drums and lead guitar, and Drew did acoustic guitar. And, of course, they also sang.
Yeah, it's really great. I love it, and I got to hear a bunch of it that I didn't hear before because Mike was here on the air sharing all of the special songs that I haven't heard, and I just love it. I think the songs I heard at first, really, you were like dominating the mic, and it sounded great because you have a great voice and you're a fantastic lead, and I love that. But tonight I got to hear, a little sampling of some other stuff with like Drew singing, more in the front, and I like that too. I love all you guys. Really, you're just super cats, and I'm glad you're in my life, and to support you here in my melting space dreams to play your music is a thrill for me. I mean, like y'all like, yeah, we should play the music. But for me, it's like, wow, this band is going to be something. I mean, I really see Laughing Week being a fantastic selling out stadium band. And I'm glad that I'm here on the ground floor of your success. And I love it. We're going to play Bad News later on in a little bit, I suppose. And yeah, well, I want to know what else you have to share. Is there anything special that I'm like I'm missing that you would like to tell the people out there about your music and about where you want to be and what you're doing? What do you want to share? Scratch the surface. As if we haven't scratched the surface enough tonight.
Well, it's an outlet for me. I'm sure that's probably also apparent. I don't know. I've got a new song coming out on Friday. That one's called "Love You."
Ooh, and that works out because my last question that I was going to ask you is, I wonder if these new songs that he's going to write will be inspired by his solid, grounded relationship. And that kind of answered my own question right there. Super cool. And is that going to be available on where?
Everything. Yeah, it's going to be on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Amazon, whatever you listen to music on, it'll be there.
Super cool. And that's October 25th. The song is Love You by Too Short Pants. And I don't have it here. I don't have it. I'm not cool, but you'll all have it. And me too on Friday. And in the meantime, we're going to start to wrap things up with a little bit of Laughing Week. We played this before, and I love it. It's Bad News, and I just feel it. I don't even really have to ask what it's about because I get it. But I really love it, and I love how you are leading into your future of being a musician by spreading your roots into, just your own band and collabing in the Laughing Week. And I don't know, I could see you doing some other things in between there. I mean, anything secret happening with bands?
Well, Mike wanted me to address the rumors that the next Laughing Week project is an interpretive dance.
Awesome.
So I'm going to address it by saying that may or may not be true.
Super fresh. Well, I'm here for the interpretive dance. I have a lot of like tutus and body stockings that I could lend you guys if you need it. And I have enough for me. I have enough for everybody. So yeah, if it comes to pass, then I'm here for the wardrobe frills. And I'm going to play now the Bad News song by Laughing Week. And this is off of Despite the Static. And I love it. And Gene Alexander, who we've been talking to, is also in that fresh band. And I'm glad that he took the time to call me. And I guess I'm going to play the song and then I'm going to hang up on you because that's what happens. Hey, it's 11:11. Perfect timing. And so, yeah, do you want to say anything else, like farewell to people as we fade away into the song?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun. And, yeah, listen to Too Short Pants and Laughing Week.
Super great. And know that you can call me up any Monday that you're hanging out. And if you're just feeling wishy-washy, you don't have to do an interview and we don't have to be on the air. But just know that I'm here for you. I'm here for you all the time, actually. But Monday nights is solid. You can always catch me here at the radio station and we're in the same time zone, you know? So just feel free to call whenever you want, whenever you need. And yeah, I love you, man. And thank you very much for hanging out with me in my melting space dreams.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Later. And now we're going to play Laughing Week. This song is called Bad News. And I feel like a real radio station because I'm playing like the same song twice in 4 hours. Holy guacamole. But that's okay with the FCC. They're okay with that. And here we go.
What you got?
right, that was a Laughing Week Bad News. You can find that on Despite the Static. And we were talking to Gene Alexander, who's Too Short Pants, all for last hour or so. And thank you very much for giving me your time and your mind. And also, Mike Rayleigh, thanks tons for giving me a call. I love you guys. And I'm just stoked that I can have you here in my melting space dreams before you get so popular that you're not going to want anything to do with the poor Seffi of Didwick.